How's it going, guys? I am back from my trip. It is Tuesday. I am back. We are going to have some fun. We are here for some fun things. All of the fun things. Oh, honestly, I had a very fun trip, but I am very glad to be home. It is relaxing to be back. So let me just uh, okay. So where are we at with Captain Pika? Uh, ooh, yeah. We are here. Where is here? Here is in. I should have a lot of sleep XP or rested XP because I was gone for a few days. Ooh. Okay. Okay. It's gonna take me a moment getting used to how to play this job again. Okay, so that's a level 24 quest. 25. Let's go do our class quest. Uh, Arcanist Guild. Oh. No, I had a nice weekend though. Me and the pals went to Indie PopCon in Indianapolis and had a great time. I spent way too much money, but I had fun. Have you come to ask about Kalaya's condition? Foreseer is unchanged. She walks about as if all the joy in life has been leached from her soul. I believe the only one who can help her now is the same person who broke Kalaya out of her shell the first time, our absent guildmaster. Though I am leery of the coincidence, the man himself has at long last been spotted. Should you seek out his last known location, it is unlikely he will still be there, and even should you catch him, he may not deign to speak with you. Nevertheless, this may be our only chance. Pray travel to Memorune's trading post in Upper Lenosha, then speak with anyone who might have seen the Guildmaster. Oh, and one more thing. Though he prefers us not to use it for some inexplicable reason, our leader's name is Caridia. Oh, there's no port in Upper Lenosha. Go to Aleport then. Oof. Afternoon, sir. I was the one who sent word to your guild about spotting your leader. It's a rare sight to see Caridia roaming about. He asked me the way to Thalos. Could be he was seeking to speak with the scholar who lives out there. What? Nope. Wasn't supposed to go up. It's right here. Hello there. Why, yes, I did receive a visit from a gentleman identifying himself as the Arcanist's Guildmaster. An odd fellow, but obviously possessed of a well-rounded education. As it so happens, he bid me pass on a message to anyone who came searching for him. Reunited, the 3 slips of parchment hold the problem to the solution. The Guildmaster mentioned that the slips of parchment are concealed among the bones of Thalos. Suppose you expected to search for them. Now I go upstairs. Ooh. We found one. And that is a 2. Here is 3. Boom. And we run. They all want to fight, but I don't, so I run. But I tracked down the 3 slips of parchment. Interesting. They actually exist. To be perfectly honest, I thought you had been sent on a wild dodo chase. Let's have a look at these, shall we? Well, well, penned in ancient Allegan, no less. Fortunately for you, I have a passing familiarity with the script. See the box at Fool Falls. Dance a jig for your wooden audience. Claim the secret from the opened heart. Most cryptic set of instructions, I must say. Do you intend to follow them? The guildmaster of yours certainly enjoys his games. Well then. I don't have a carbuncle summon, that's why I can't use that. Something within seeks to be freed. It appears that it has been loosened somewhat. Ooh. Boom. Alright, let's try this again. Find a slip of parchment inside the box. If there are answers you would seek, then go to the trading post now go. To the trading post now go. Before the owner be not meek, with your 2 feet provide a show. Oof. The old egg hunt. Sent us out here on a big old egg hunt. Ah, now, that was most entertaining. I must have something to amuse me during these little jaunts back to civilization, you understand. Based on my evaluation of your abilities, however, I calculated that you would arrive at this point somewhat earlier. You balked at the dancing, didn't you? I never expected you to be so shy. Another variable to add to your list of characteristics. I keep extensive mental notes of all the guild members, you see. As an arcanist, it was a simple matter to engineer events so that I might meet you face to face. After all, strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. I do enjoy seeing others dance in the palm of my hand, as it were. Here, you may have this. Think of it as payment for your performance. Though you might consider passing the tome on to Kalaya. That is the reason you sought me out, was it not? Before you give Kalaya the grimoire, however, I must insist that you dance for her. I will know if you don't. All this banal interaction has simply exhausted me. It is time I return to my studies. You, on the other hand, should travel forthwith to the anchor yard in Limsa Luminsa. Be well, Captain, we shall meet again. I'm 100% certain of it. Well then. We got her grimoire, a new one. And we head this way. Through here? And through here? And through here? And up to here. Were you always one for dancing? I don't recall any such Ah, you've met with our guildmaster, haven't you? That'll explain. He does so enjoy seeing people perform unexpected acts of frivolity. What could have spurred our recent guildmaster to speak with you in person? He gave you this grimoire to give to me? Uncanny. It is identical to the tome I received the first time I ever met our leader. You have my thanks, Captain. The guildmaster is fond of games and mischief, and I understand the troublesome trials he likely put you through before deeming you worthy of his attention. With this gift, however, his message to me is abundantly clear. I am to shape reality into one I desire. And that means defeating those Maga. Gods, my mind is alive again with strategies. I must have time to think. Pray inform Mistress Thubergeme of my return to duty. Welp. We have brought her happiness once again. We did it, chat. Until we go back to the Arcanist Guild. Clay has recovered from her despondency. This is wonderful news. We have you to thank for it. It is unfortunate, however, that both Kalai and our guildmaster are possessed of such impenetrable personalities. But at least in the case of the Foreseer, we have an inkling as to the nature of the cage that imprisons her. Continue to hope that her partnership with you shall gradually pry those bars apart. Return to your training, Captain, and prepare yourself for the demanding tactics Kalai is sure to formulate in these days ahead. Alright. We got a Chocobo mission to go do. I'm not attuned to that one. Aim a tune there. Oh. Where we going? Ouch. Leave me alone. There's too many things here. Tune to this. The unmistakable smell of Chocobo clings to you, adventurer. Would I be correct in assuming that you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle-trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Lokalot over at the Branch Meadows. The Ishgardian native has something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine-feathered friends. He should be able to help you attain greater affinity with your bird. Alrighty then. Greetings, adventurers. There's something you need. You wish to have your Chocobo trained in combat. This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing, asking it to take hurts in your name is quite another. I will help train your Chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Gisol greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. Have you acquired the greens? Superb, then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but Chocobos are highly fond of Gisel greens. They love the leafy vegetable so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the green, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. Then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its actions as you see fit. You will find your Chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Fortemps family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it's not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of Gissel greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The bruise is that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of Gissel greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as much as you can carry. Wait. Can I put it on there? Nope. I'll put it down here. One more. And now we go and report back. Bruh. just said, nah, you gotta be level 30. Fuck off. Okay. Oh. Okay. To the solar. Hello. I'm afraid there's no rest for the weary, Captain. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as the Labrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that wrecks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Mortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Captain. Ooh. Hold on, guys. I gotta do something real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I should have eaten before stream, but mid-stream lunch, why not? Okay. Masked man. Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia. There's been sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thana. Brass Blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Keykurn. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folks are always coming and going, and some among them may have well caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. Fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Alright, one moment, guys. Alright. Let's get out of this hole in the brain. Out this way.
Welcome to Highbridge Adventure. Whatever you seek, Guy Hihibaru can provide it. Probably. You after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of my many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh?
Alright. I should have read all that. I didn't. Oops. Something, 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 maybe merchants now.
I have heard of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise.
Welp. What you heard? On the trail of a masked man. Hey, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. Said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. That's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the keycard raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Well, a lot of help y'all were. God damn.
Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just things are tough for us merchants at the moment. Keycurn raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Keycurn appeared soon after. The group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It would be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That sound? Reliable information, even if I do say so myself? Well worth all the lingering you've been doing, wouldn't you say?
So either the masked man is actually causing the Keycurn, or they're just using me to solve the Keycurn problem.
Well, whatever.
How far is this? All the way out here, man. This is all the way out here, man. Well then. Sir, you lied to me. There was no Keycurn or masked man.
This scroll. It bears a prayer to Ralger, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralger is the guardian deity of Almigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Almigan. Seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Alamegan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So stands the reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards the little Alamigo, over the southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, that settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. Hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who was, relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by I don't think of her. Suppose this is it, then? I had hoped that you would linger here a while, call some friends, spend some coin, whatever have you. Something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best.
Well, to Alamigo, let's go.
Why, yes, he Baru's my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? Masked man? I'm afraid that description doesn't ring any bells. One of the others here may have seen something. I'd recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. Must warn you, though, he isn't exactly the accommodating to outsiders.
Who are you? Stay your business, and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Well done. Be gone I shall then. Giselbert. Well met, adventurer. I am Giselbert, head of security here at a little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they're like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Alright then. Let us run some errands.
Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees? Like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they are dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their mind. For all I know, they're all up to no good.
Well done. You there, are you a Malja? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I've had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm gonna enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart.
Shoot, don't bother me. If the Amaja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry. A suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the masks and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assume he was one of them.
Well then. We got some info. Back to our main man. Ah, so you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust. The best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you.
Coined as the Talking Noodle Da, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them.
Well,
Hey, Minfilia.
welcome back, Captain. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Almegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Almegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. What more could be done to ease their hardships? I fear nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens that there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Your Alamegan comrade's name is named Heribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Heribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Oh, hey, it's you! Okay, Johnny Bravo. It isn't Captain Peakman, the Scion's rising star. Is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of the little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries the weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamegan Resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she's a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. What you got? Nothing I care about. Alright, let's go. You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Heribert sent you? That worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor. Simply incredible. I realized Heribert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. See that bloke there? That's Mefred, captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need.
Oh, hey B, what's up?
Hey, I'm Minfred, a proud man of the Almegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer?
It's free real estate.
Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time.
God. 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go.
God damn it. I asked the villagers for aid and got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood's on their hands. These quarry mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try.
Quest accepted.
Whoop. Hey, I know you told me to go talk to that guy, but I'm back.
One of Mefred's in a bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me.
Alright. Sounds good, B.
If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident hearer. If you take a matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I won't get my hopes up. You wish to aid the Almegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive of the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be.
That's how it be then? Bloody hero might as well kill Galilean herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. I led my men to Quarry Mill hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. Problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I've no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. Well. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgo, there's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Bascarin, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. Said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powdered back and give it to Fairmont here. Godspeed. I'm currently at Quarry Mill. Bascarin, I am back. Hey, buddy, it's been a moment. Ah, Captain, ever a sight for sore eyes? How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You've got something to show me. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Almegan friend once used it to treat my festering wound years and years ago. Safe to say you saved my life. What's this? This is for an Almegan soldier in Quarry Mill? So it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sod as he needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. Well then. It's well to see you've returned. Have you the medicine for a brother? God bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. There's been a terrible burden on him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Oh. Adventurer, Galleon has gotten missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't have been walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition's like to deteriorate to where it was before. Or worse. We need your help with us find him, quickly. Start by asking Albreda. It might be as the woman's seen something.
Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago. He left me this sealed letter before he went off, made me swear not to open it till someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. This is why I must go. This is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me, just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking, I'd have stopped this folly for myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide.
Out in the wilds, alone? That fool, that great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens.
Watch out! A goblin!
Galleon!
Captain? But why?
You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, goddamn it? The oath to reclaim our homeland? We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good, let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you wish we didn't find you. Can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at the quarry mill. Ugh. Bum, 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 bum. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take to the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall you wanted something of me. Proven to be a true friend to my people, ask me anything and it's yours, as long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo, that's all? Far be it from me to question your desire, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt he will do all in his power to aid you. Right. Oh.
Alright, you old bastard.
Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Mefford? It's been so long since I last heard from him. I'd feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Mefford sees you as a friend, and any friend of Mefford is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their tryst, but they're not likely to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may feel obliged to talk. Masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be.
Gundobald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... Oh, you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me not to think I'm in on for it.
Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell all my friends you're looking for 'em. There's a bunch been sulking about. Right suspicious. Like, but I've got nothing to do with them. I know trouble when I see it, and that there's trouble, mark my words. Well then. So you've indeed confirmed my suspicions about the masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I had to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we'd been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not, unless we intervene, they are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring the word to me. Well then. God damn it. Hey, adventurer. You're on talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilred. The lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundobald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the craggy area north of here. Do, 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 do. Alright, what kind of setup is this bed? Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Quirrell got your tongue? No matter. Whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get 'em! You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Attacked by Wilred and his cronies, that would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. This is considered better. Okay. Wilred mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gundabald. Bertliana. Gods preserve, what happened?
I was out foraging when the corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans?
Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. Those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this?
Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry.
I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. Well then.
Sounds like we got problems.
Soldiers of the resistance, goddammit. Every waking moment ought to be spent trying to liberate our people, but everywhere I look I see nothing but layabouts.
Until hoping to find honest work, there wasn't a single job to be had. At least nothing that would require me to give up my dignity. What am I looking for? Oh. those animals did to Bertolina is unforgivable. And to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilrid to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Ooh.
This plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, change the world for the better. Might be as Gumbald's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now where in the Seven Hills did I put that bloody map?
Oh, mighty Ralgar, Lord of Destruction, we implore you lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people.
Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. They plan on summoning their god. Yeah, that's not gonna be good. Gone? The whole lot of them? Then it's as I feared. They mean to take matters into their own hands, but what exactly is it that they mean to do? What's this? A hunting knife and a map of Zanrak. What you said Wilrid spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to. By the gods, this is rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They are headed east. If we hurry, we can find them before it's too late. Well. Fucking idiots. Wilrid, did no others survive?
This is all wrong.
Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We're going to reclaim our homeland. We... Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak to make off with Lizard Man's cash, but they caught us, and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young ones' transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Almegan people. This hope will guard with my life. God damn it. Boom. Your skills at arms are impressive, adventure. Our wayward youths could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo.
Wait, we've come all this way. We've got to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking.
Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends?
What? No one said anything about... The Maskman told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgar. He swore.
Enough. I will hear the rest of the sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say, Captain, I will wish to hear it as well. Well then. So it seems like the Masked Man is just trying to get God summoned to cause some chaos. Nope. There's just a door there that goes nothing. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum
Bum, 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 bum.
No more lies, Wilred. Tell us everything.
I was outside with the outsiders when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralgar, using the crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperate to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known. There's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts.
Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. Whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider.
I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you.
My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as yours out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilford told you is the extent of our knowledge on the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words.
Alright, madame. Welcome back, Captain. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. So tell me, were you able to learn aught of La Brea? Planted a knowledge of summoning in an impressionable young minds, you say? Precisely kind of deception the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are being brought about by a malign will. We must delve deeper into this while things remain quiet on the primal front. I'll work and no play, Big Spoonfilly, dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, my lady. Mayhaps we ought to rest a while before speaking further of the investigation. While you were attending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Brea's description has been sighted in Northern Shroud. The sight comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the selfsame area. My instinct tells me that our man is involved. I'd have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Brea's trail once more. Raxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Captain. Walking One is to investigate Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a digging one named Medrod had an encounter with the scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One Medrod. Digging One is to be found at Fallgourd Float in North Shroud. I am not attuned with that one. Thus, we'll go to Gridania. Damn, I don't have that one. We'll have to grab that one on the way. All right. And we be on our way. And attuned. Please leave me be. I'm not long for this world. I look death in the face. It is only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Oh, you're right. It's not as bad as it seems. It's not something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It's just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. Masked man garbed head to toe in black, yet a hideous fiend in tow. A winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. That instant I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her from his realm, for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye. Anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medrod's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate,
I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay him for comforting me. Dude. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin, known as Ziz, could inflict such wounds. That's why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt that the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths?
Alrighty then. Oh. That was a fall. Boom. Ugh. Arg, 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 arg. Arg, 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 arg.
You've already seen the Ziz. Good work, adventurer. So we're able to find out just the creatures are our culprits. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like anyway. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. Better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor going around. There's some as a whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into a great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. Stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you'll have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. Some key items are used on areas rather than single targets. First, click on the item icon displayed in the duty list. On selecting the item, a glowing radius will appear. Okay. Now what do you got? Something you should know. I've been keeping this myself, lest I worsen Medred's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medrod's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with the giant eyeball. I let a scream at top my lungs, and I ran without once looking back. This happened in the rock area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. Investigate we shall. Yep. Who's gonna happen as soon as I collect all 5, isn't there? Nope. Okay. Oh, now we go this way.
The ring?
Most folk are too scared to go within 100 yalms of the Rock of Rancor. Aye, it has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. 'Tis a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and a perfectly good fire sand stick. Oh well.
Monstrous Banamite appeared. Well, you slew it. Creature had long but been a scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you have done us great service. You have my gratitude. This does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw, or merely a trick of the light combined with blind panic?
There have been no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer's still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me.
I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt. It was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Banemite.
But you and I were malms apart. Like we've both seen it at precisely the same time.
What's more, our adventure friend here had a run-in with the Banemite at the very spot you claim to see that fiendish eyeball, isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it.
Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhaps it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be.
There's no reason why there couldn't be.
Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. It's so obvious. And that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered.
I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert.
Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurers. A pleasure knowing you.
While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you've forgotten, it was the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. They're like, nope, we're out. We're good. Good luck. Bye-bye. Oh.
Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud, while the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any. Sightings of the winged eyeballs are common enough. Creatures appear to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify the next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. Family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps? Either way, I dare hope that this find will prove pivotal in solving the murders. I'd have you hold on to the lily button. You'll need to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mione. Mayhaps someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Good day to you, Captain. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where'd you say you found this? On a dead body? Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You'll have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette over by the Aetherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then. Show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of a decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there's a soul in Gridania who does, it would be the Singuld over in the Lancers Guild. The one makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Oof, I don't have that one. Boom. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that is a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist. Never you fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require from me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward, northwest of here. Wait, memory comes to me. Of late, there's been a man who is perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursendel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it.
I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. The sigil of the D'Artancour's family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. Promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the D'Artancourts. During that time I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may have well been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. That moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men, but my lady believed that they would help her to regain what that she had lost. So began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew even more grotesque as time went by. Eventually there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaids to her bed, and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed the dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was. When the time came to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, my home for nigh half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience, until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She awaits you at the Hawk Manor, on the western edge of the Central Shroud. Go now, and do what must be done. Ooh. Lady gone wild. She clawing people's face up. Because she wants to be pretty again. I'm sorry, lady. My lady. Murder does not make one beautiful. I have to go up, don't I? Yeah, 'cause this takes me down this way. I don't want to go this way. I have to go up. Well, up we must go. Ooh, that is a pretty looking house, though. Ooh. Before we do that, what do the Smiths have? I'm still not deep enough into the main scenario. Well, we have a dungeon to do. A dungeon? Time for dungeon. Hawk Manor. Register for duty. Commence. Ooh. I really like this. I think this is my favorite one so far. The haunted house. Carpet stain. Boom. Room cleared. Tiny key. Boom, 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 boom. This bitch empty.
Boom, 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 boom. Dungeon, dungeon, dungeon. Is there anything in here, or do we just fight that to fight that? That is a locked door. Yes. And another tiny key. Well, no, what's this way? We should open this door first. There's treasure in here. A little bit of mold. Some mold and some carpet stains. Fine wax. Oh, buddy, you aggroing way too many things. Is there even anything in here? A tiny key. Like all the tiny keys for all the tiny rooms.
Go then there, we have a locked door. It's a treasure coffer. Manor scale greaves. Damn. In the manor, are we? Yes, I think this one actually looks really cool, I'm gonna be honest. It's definitely got the best theme of the leveling dungeons. Yeah, it looks really cool. Ugh. I'm on the first boss of this dungeon, so still got some ways to make through it. Boom. Green key. Treasure coffer. This leads us right back out that way, but what about this door behind us? Is this a different door we're opening last? Oh? What's in here? Go get a big guy. Another tiny key.
Treasure? Treasure! Give me treasure! Manage scale fingers. Stand back and let them do all the work. There's 2 tiny keys. A win? A 2. And stone. Well, I mean, there's not really anything in there, but I suppose. Yep, nothing in here. Boom, 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 boom. Anything else over here? 2 more locked doors. Yes. Boom. Treasure coffer. Manor scale mail. All of which I cannot wear. Not with this job, anyway. Alright, and we got a yeller key. Is yeller. Got the yeller key. We're gonna have to run all the way back. No, we can go up and over. Okay, I like that. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Carnation door. Oh, is this a double boss? A Manor Jester and a Manor Steward? Go on. There you go. Bloody parchment. Treasure coffer. Aether flow. Oh, this is good shit. This is good shit. Sealed barrier. Read from bloody parchment. Yes. Sealed barrier is broken. I'm just assuming we can't just go and enter that, so we gotta go through this way first. There's no tiny key along this way. There's a locked door right there, and I want it. Huh. This just takes us back downstairs, doesn't it? Unless there's no point in us even going over this way. Oh, Diablo runs away. Okay, she looks really cool. Alright, so it's like a Gorgon, you gotta look away.
We did it. Oh. Pretty lady, though. I got, like, a pair of earrings that I could use from this dungeon. That's about it. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It is no ordinary mortal who can acquire 1 crystal of light, much less 3. Crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take the measure of your strength for Master La Brea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Yeah, that's a cool dungeon. I like that one, the Hawk Mansion. Oh, I can't go that way. Oh, fuck. Mistakes. It looked like I could go that way. I wasn't paying attention. Forgive me. Oh, because that's Gridania right there. Where am I going? To death, that's where I'm going. Well then. Okay. You are returned. What sight awaits you within the manor? What has become of Lady Amadine? You must tell me all. So, she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the masked men you encounter are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence, I allowed I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. It matters not wherefore, though through misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Alright. Amen, Philia. Ugh.
Welcome back, Captain. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn to the Twelveswood? Two of Labrea's minions, and they sought to measure your strength by their own admission. The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then, the Ossians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It is clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the three nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world that the Ossians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. All right.
The Maelstrom requests our assistance.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, two primals, Leviathan and Titan, chanced to converge upon the sea wall, wreaking untold devastation. There, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Merlvip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst.
Oh, the Titan quest line. Is this one fun?
The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send him to Limsa-Lominsa without Y'shtola, can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory. You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies. Tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Papalimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You will be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
Alright. Off to Lenosha. Whoosh. Oh. I forgot to turn in the fucking Chocobo quest while I was there.
Good to see you, Private Pika. Scion sent word that you were on your way. To business, then. It is as we told the Antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beast moving south in increasing numbers from Ogomoro. My scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Your deeds bring glory to the Maelstrom, Private Pika. Right proud am I to call you one of our own. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral will wish to address the Captain personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the Kobolds plagued our people, nor is the first time we've had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was to the company of heroes we turned. They are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the signs of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are all right, yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep their own lands and that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsons who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we then condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must one day reap what she has sown. I would advise you choose your words with a greater care, Lady Ishtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it. Yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from the Titan's wrath. Or would you have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already, we have observed disruptions in the flow of aether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Trust I can count on you, Private. You have my thanks, along with the full support of the Maelstrom. I await good tidings. The kobold summoned Titan demonstrates they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe. And I can think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The companies of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed in the Grey Fleet mills in the lower Lenosha. Quietly, why a mercenary should become a miller I do not know. When you find him, mayhaps you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows.
Before I go do that, though, I have to go turn this in, get this thing out of the way. Ooh, 600 monies. It's a lot of monies. So you've successfully negotiated your first few battles with the Chocobo. Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Yeah. Actually, instead of wasting money, I can just return.
Been expecting you, Captain. As ever, Clia's predictions prove accurate, almost down to the moment, and her mind is especially sharp with such dangerous confrontation in the offing. Yellow Jackets have contacted us with word of Dozmaga. It appears his merchant vessel is presently anchored off the coast of Bloodshore. Once the pirate's business there is concluded, rumor has it that he intends to embark on an extended voyage to the east. It'll be some time before he returns once more to Limsa. If we pass up this opportunity, Clia will lose her chance to settle the score with Dozmaga, and we risk the Foreseer stumbling once more into the blackest melancholy. Simply getting close enough to Dozmaga will prove difficult. Clia has already formulated a solution, and has set her grand strategy into motion. Your first task in this undertaking is to travel to Costa del Sol and deliver the set of directions to a fisherman by the name of Rilzoon. More instructions will be forthcoming. Oof. Yeah. Okay. Oof. You're really gonna come all the way over and fight me? You little fucking bitch. That's what I thought. Fuck off.
What is it you want, lad? As you can see, I've me hands full with me fishing. Ah, thanks for that. I've been told to expect ye. Here, you're to take one of me earrings and deliver it to the cook Opilona.
Yes, and how might I help you? Master Gegeruju is expecting his midday meal any moment now. Ah, fresh herring. Why, the master does enjoy a bite of broiled fish in an afternoon. This might even earn me a few extra coins for this week's wages. Well, you have earned yourself one of my homemade eel pies. I should tell you, though, your Arcanist colleague was quite insistent that you take the pie to Master Gegeruju rather than scoff it down yourself. And what brings you to my, and I use the term facetiously, humble abode, dear sir? Such a heavenly aroma. Are you, perchance, carrying an eel pie about your person? How commendable that you should research the delicacies that tickle my fancy before daring to intrude upon my most ponderous of ponderings. Speaking of ponderous, well, I was speaking of it. At least I have a hefty purse of gil to persuade you to relinquish your claim on that pastry. One moment, if you will. I have been instructed by Malvain's gate assessor to hand over this message to whoever delivers an eel pie to Master Gegeruju. Take the purse you receive from Master Gegeruju and hand it to the dancer Eldgith as she prepares to return home. Yes, if you're looking for a dancer, then I should first see your coin. I have 3 children to feed and no time to waste on idle chat. Oh my, that is quite a purse. My precious darlings will eat like kings this week. Such a simple job as well. I was told to expect you, you see. In return for the coin, I am to give you these. The leather satchel is from your Mikote friend, and the Pireo is from me. That last item you are to deliver to Drogo, the warehouse foreman.
Okay. I ain't got time for the likes of you. You don't get me work squared away. If I don't get me work squared away soon, the master will have me head on a bike. You got something for me, you say? Hey, now this ain't Eldgith's Pireo. Mikote last said someone would be bringing me a gift, what I couldn't refuse, and stick me with a pitchfork if she weren't telling the God's own truth. Here, you're supposed to have this bottle of wine. Take it to Flying Shark and pour a cup out for your sailors that are drinking there. That's what he told me to tell you, and he wrote, I'd watch me back if I was you, though, son. Them sailors, the meanest bunch of cutthroats I ever did see. Let me come back over here. You want me to taste your wine, eh? Well, now I ain't one to pass up free grog. Well, I'm laying's teats. Now that's the bloody fine drop. If we ship this stuff to the east, we'll be selling bottles by the crate. You're coming with us back to the Morning Star. The captain will want to have a word with ye. There's a good lad. And as for you, Miss Dancer, you stick close to old
Her scrat. It gets damn cold on them long sea voyages. Shh, we'll talk later. Oof. I'm going this way. Shoot. You ready then? We'll be off as soon as the boat's loaded. Hey, find grog and a fine woman. Captain will be pleased with this haul. Pray do not stare so. This is the most expedient method of gaining access to the ship. I will take that satchel from you now. You may have it back after I take the items I need. Hey, what mischief are you two about? I was merely borrowing some clothes. You wouldn't wish me to catch a chill from this brisk ocean air, would you? You'll be dancing yourself warm once we get on the get you on the ship, lass. You better slip off that ratty robe before you meet the captain. Of course, of course. I'll be happy to show him the performance that awaits.
Bitch Admiral's lapdog come back for that lesson, have you?
It is I who shall be teaching this day. My lecture will focus on the manipulation of reality through applied strategy.
Enough of this damn yapping. By the time I'm done with you, you'll remember who your real master is.
Stop it, little cur. Our numbers matter.
Our matters number not. It is strategy that will win this battle. Prepare yourself, Dozmaga. With your defeat will I cast off the shackles you closed on my soul.
You think so, eh? Think your fancy magics are a match for me blade? I've got another thing coming. Dozmaga now faces defeat.
Dozmaga now faces defeat. You will flee to the starboard rail. Obvious. Next comes attempt to escape into the sea.
Think you're pulling me strings, do you? Think I'll dance to your tune? Well, I ain't falling for your bloody tricks.
It is at this moment he notices the yellow jackets I had summoned in my explicit instructions to Rilzern.
You were a fool to run, Dozmaga. I hear you're fond of shackles, so we brought a set especially for you.